tea's empty. Never mind, I can always put the kettle on later. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm back in the studio. I think I last saw you all in October, I think it was. I don't know. Not sure. I've been busy. You know, when I first started doing this, I said I would do 30 days, and that was way back in April, and I did as much as I could do, and then October just got away with me because I was so busy. I have to do my proper job. I have to do my designing and my teaching and all the things like that, etc. So we got loads of people saying, oh, I think it's terrible you're not filming. It's not my proper job. I just do it when I can. Okay, so anyway, so we've missed October. I've got an October book somewhere. I was still doing it. I just didn't have time to film it. And we had builders in, and I was up in the sewing room. That's where the filming had to be. So I don't really have paints up there. So I didn't do November. I will probably do it because I always write things down. I'll go back and do November. But I thought I'd prep early for December. So this is going to be my December one. I'm going to use a grid one. But in December, I usually fill nearly 2. I do at least 1.5. So as I was just running around looking, I actually found this one that I must have put things in. I don't know. Maybe this is one I used on the road when I was showing things, but it's got a lot of Christmas in. Can you see it's got some Christmas there? It's got a lot of normal stuff as well, but there's a lot of Christmas in here. So I thought this is going to be my second one. This will be ideal to do as well. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do this one. And then if I only get so far with this one, it can turn into February. So that's what I am going to do. So when was April? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months ago, my gosh. So that's when I did the how to decorate it. So I thought I'll do another one. It's just going to be the same. I'm just going to use the same type of thing. But, excuse me, I've got hiccups now. I thought I've got to do it anyway, so I might as well do it while I'm filming it. So what I normally do is I normally do red and green. So I usually do a couple with red and then a couple with green. So I'm going to start off. And so for my red, I think I'm going to use Postbox Red and Pure Sunshine. I think those are going to be the colours that I'm going to use. And for my green, I think I'm going to use Cut Grass and Dirty Martini, or should I use Fresh Lime? Cut Grass. That took some doing, didn't it? So use any, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to decorate this one, and I'm going to decorate this one as well. I probably won't have you on camera decorating it all, because I have to shut off all my things, and I've got loads to do. So I'll probably decorate so much, and then say goodbye and do more later. I thought I'd just add some paint today. And then I'll do another little video going through and adding some stencils and stuff like that. Okay, so start with my page. I always have a page where sorry, I'm just looking for a pencil. I had loads of, oh, there we go. I was going to say I had loads of pencils earlier. Look, I always do a page with a calendar on. So, and I always put a cross through it because I forget and I end up decorating it, and I don't want to decorate it, okay? So I always put a cross through there. This one doesn't need a calendar, but I noticed there was a half page there. This is a spot one. I noticed there was a half page there. So I could, depending what date I move into this one, I could put the dates in there if I wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to start here. Okay, so I'm just going to open the book wherever, you know what I'm like. I just go backwards and forwards. And I'm going to start with the large gel plate. I just want to check I'm in camera because it's a while since I've done this. So I'm just going to put a little bit. This is Pure Sunshine. So I'm just going to go across here. And this is the grid one I'm using in here. Okay, and then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to go to the front of the book here. Actually, no, I'm going to do another one. Do you know what? I usually do double page. I nearly always do double pages in the December one because I have a lot to write. That's better. Let's get some of that out. And then we'll go here. And then we'll have that in there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then let's add a little bit of the red on the top. And I usually do it quite themed. It's usually the same colours all the way through. I must admit, having these little bottles, it's so much easier to just get less paint on. Never put too much paint on because you'll end up with great big swathes of it across your page, and then it'll be difficult to add your colour on the top as well. So I usually would do, you can mix these colours later, but you've got to let them dry. So if I wanted to, when this is totally dry, I could add a bit of green on, but it really, really must be dry. So let's go back. Oh, and I'm never bothered about shutting my book and getting paint everywhere. It doesn't bother me one jot. So let's have this on here. Okay, it must be warm in here. It's not picking up a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit more and see if we can get this picked up. So if you just add another little bit on the top. There we go. You see? So if it's never lifting, just add more over the top and it will just lift that off for you. Okay. If you, I like a space round, but I just thought I would tell you, if you don't want a bit of space round, while it's not long been on there, you can just take a baby wipe, can you see? And you can just lift some of this and you can make it work through onto the other pages as well. I personally like a space round to, you watch, I won't have one to show you. Here, can you see where I've got the space round here? I like that. But if you don't, you can just do that. Okay, so I'm going to continue and I'm going to do some more of those with this colourway, and then I'm going to change and, oh, a bit much there. Then I'm going to change and I'm going to do the dark colourway. Okay. If I forget to speak, it's because I forget you're here. Because I've been so busy lately doing, you know. I know a few people were like, oh, what am I going to do? I've got no inspiration. There's over 80 videos on there already, you know. So don't, you know, worry that you're going to run out of inspiration. I've done 80 videos. Who's going to give me inspiration? Yeah. So let's just, oh, I'm getting quite a lot out of this one. So where shall I go now? I don't want to go too near. Let's go in here. Let's go to this side. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And as you know, most people mix these up. I don't. I always put separate colours on. It's just the way I like it. You can do however you like. Oh, I think I put a bit too much paint on there. Never mind. I'll just go light. Yeah, it's quite a bit of paint now. I have to watch that my book doesn't stick together. Just going a little bit light with that. Here we go. This one here. Again, you can use whatever colours, it doesn't really matter, but I traditionally use these colours because it's Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, do whatever colours you want. I'm a big Christmas person, especially this year, because I'm here. These day by days started off, oh my gosh, let me think, was it 2018 or was it 2017? I actually can't remember, but I was in Australia. So I started off December in Australia, and I was feeling a bit homesick, and so I started doing a day by day, and that's where they originated from. And I just continued it. And then I started teaching it, and then I'd maybe miss the odd month, you know, miss the odd month here and there. It doesn't really matter to me if I miss. I know some people are like, oh, so for example, in my diary, I put, it might be here actually, what did I put? That was October the 1st. Oh, missed a few weeks. Started again October the 26th. Doesn't matter. People get all, oh, you're not allowed to do that. Do you know what? The day by day police are really, really busy. They're not bothered what you do. So I'm just going to do a couple in here. And then I'm going to change colour. And then I'm going to add in, if you remember, I only ever really use paint in my day by days because there's only one signature, there's only one lot of stitching, and I don't want to make the book too fragile because I want these to last a long, long time. You know, I think something like this will be passed down through the generations, and especially we're still in lockdown. When I started this, I said we are making history. There's never been anything like this before, and we are still in it. We are still making history. So, you know, some of you did October as well, so you've got 8 months worth done. I've actually got about 3 years worth done, but it's so good to look back on. And then, you know, I hear people say all the time, oh my gosh, that was good, I wish I'd started. Start now. It's never too late to start. It doesn't matter. You're all so used to having a rigid set of rules, and it's like, throw that rule book out. Start when you start and finish when you finish. And if you miss some pages in between, you miss some pages in between. Get over it. You'll be absolutely fine. You might do 1 day a week. You might do 1 month a year. It's no problem at all. Now in this book, I'm not going to do all full page double ones at the back because it might go into January, and I don't necessarily think I want all double ones in January. Now, I am not going to be doing this every day. You are not going to see me on here because I've just got so much to do, and I am going away for a week, but I will come on when I can. How's that? When I can, I will do it. I will try and do some when I'm away next week, but it's just a bit difficult because I can't take all my equipment. So I'll just do the best I can, really. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more yellow to that to clean that off. And then I'm going to swap colour. Okay. It's actually Black Friday today. So in the UK, I don't know if you've been spending. I have. Oh my goodness me. I'm usually too busy. I'm usually, I'm quite often flying back at this time actually, or flying there, or yeah. The only time I've ever been in the States for Thanksgiving was, I was at the lovely Dinah Wackley's house. And it was ever so strange because we don't do Thanksgiving it's like Christmas, but without the presents. It's just food and traditions. So, which is great if it's your traditions. But when you feel a little bit, I excused myself after a while because they'd celebrated with another family and it was a lovely, lovely day and the food was amazing. Dina is an amazing cook. But I went off and I sewed for a little bit because you do feel a little sad celebrating with somebody else's family when your family are like 8,000 miles away, you know. But yeah, it's a nice celebration. Where shall I go now? Let's have some green. I've got a bit much there, so I'm just going to run a bit off, yes. I've been doing other types of painting, so I forget how little paint you need on the gel plate. So I'm just getting a bit willy-nilly. The more you do, the less you care what it looks like. Because most of it gets covered up anyway and you're just happy, happy, happy. What is it Bob Ross says? Happy little trees, happy little trees. We're happy little delusionists, happy little delusionists. Or as my dad would say, happy little dandelions. Oh, that's a nice combo, isn't it? Loses my book. Oh yeah, I always have to check, is my book still under there? When she edits them, she's like, you moved your book or you've got your head underneath. I think I'm just going to put a tiny bit more. Tiny bit more on there. So through the first lockdown, you got all my roots, which was amazing. Betsy did my nails yesterday, but they all came off in the bath, so I've had to do them again this morning. So, you know, nail salons may be closed, but when you've got a Betsy Maureen, you're all right. You can face the day. Okay, so let me do another one in here, one in the other book, and then I'm going on to baby wipe. Ooh, remember, not too much this time. There we go. Oops. So yeah, I'm going away to the seaside. I was supposed to go in November and then we had our second lockdown, so you couldn't travel, you couldn't go anywhere. So I postponed it, and now I'm actually thinking, goodness me, this is a bit too near Christmas to be travelling, but there you are. I'm going to be sewing and doing things like that. It was supposed to be a break before like my launch, and I'm mid-designing lots and lots of other things. So it seems a bit indulgent going in the beginning of December. Especially because my building works. I'm having a utility built, and oh, forgot to go on the other page. A downstairs bathroom, and you know, stuff like that. And I've got loads to do, and I'm just going to be skipping away and leaving it to Emmy, like toodaloo, Emmy, toodly pip, and Emmy will have to sort it. Which is a bit rude of me, isn't it? Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, there's a page. I was going to say, I thought this was a little bit more. Does it feel Christmassy at your place? What do you do if you don't celebrate Christmas? What do you say? Do you go, it feels Christmassy even if you don't celebrate Christmas? I don't know, because Christmas has become a bit of a season really now, hasn't it? And I did think, we're big Christmas people in England, but I do think, what do you call the season? Do you call it, we don't call it holiday season in England. I know in America, a lot of the time people say the holidays. But we don't say that over here. It's Christmas. So where shall I go in here? I think I'm going to keep that one for now. So I don't have any doubles. No, I've only got singles. So let's have a couple of singles in here. So when I was travel teaching all the time and I would be teaching classes, depending what the class was, I always worked in notebooks, in the Dyalogs. So this looks as though I was using it about Christmas time. I think I'm going to put some green over him. Why not? And so I just use whatever it is I've got at the time. And then I fill them in later. I just, you know, when I get home, I add loads of other bits in. But obviously I didn't add anything in this one, so it will make a perfect one. And I will remember which ones I did on the day by day and which ones I didn't, you know. So, like, this has got nothing to do with the season, but it doesn't matter, it's in there. Okay, singles near the back, aren't I? Yes. So, come over here as well. I'm just doing a lot of rambling, aren't I? A lot of rambling. Which, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. To ramble. I love a good ramble. Oh, I'm just going to put, because this is dry, can you see? I'm just going to add a bit of green. I might do it on some of these actually as well. They've got to be dry to do it. It's no good adding it when they're wet, because you'll just end up with mud. I might see if that will come off on there actually. Yes, look at that. It's gorgeous. I love it when it's like that. Let's do one more, but maybe just, I know what I was going to do. I have to keep remembering you're here. Let's just add a little bit across there like that. And where did I have those other single, oh, here. Okay, and yesterday, Miss J put up my new tree outside the studio door. I need to give you a little tour of it once, but I don't know how to switch it on. So we need to, just when I get a little wreath at the door. We haven't done a studio tour for ages, have we? So I think that's what I'll do. And I think that is enough with this plate. So I am going to clean it up. I put a few circles on with my circle. One. I do have a Painting 101 class coming up in when is it? I can't remember the date. So if you want to learn more painty techniques, it's, oh I know, it's the 9th to the 12th. There's a hair on there, wonderful. 9th to the 12th of December. So I just like to add a couple of circles because they're great for putting the date in, or for just making a my brain is, you probably noticed my brain is running twice as fast today as it normally does. They're great for creating just like a little focal point on a page. Over on here. Add a couple more red, and then I'm going to add some in the blue. I do all this at the, if you're new to me, I do all this at the beginning so that I don't really have to get messy later on. Actually, I can go around her there. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, let's have some green. Always clean your gel plate and your brayer between, these are opposite colours. Red and green are beautiful together, but not mixed. Red and green make brown. So be very, very vigilant in your cleaning up of these. So a bit of that. Oh, I think I'm going to put some of this green on here. I don't know why I'm whispering to myself. There's only me and you here. Strange. Strange little whisper. Oops. And these will look different as well when we get all the stenciling on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, so I was saying, I've got a little tree outside my door. It's a weeping willow tree that lights up, and it's wonderful, and it's on a timer. So it comes on at 4 o'clock every evening and turns itself off at 12, which is rather useful, isn't it? So when the electrician was here the other week, I got him to put me some outside sockets in. So there's the one down here where the tree is. Oh, that hair again. There's a couple of hairs. What's going on? Oh, is that a grey one? Oh no, it's just an imprint. I was like, goodness me. I got him to put me a couple of outdoor plugs, because I've never had them, and I've always wanted like outdoor lights and things like that. So there's one up near the house, and I've got some lovely lights that I'm going to put up, and there is one down here at the studio. So yesterday, when I was sat here, all of a sudden at 4 o'clock, the studio lit up. It was rather gorgeous. You can see, look, there's one in a blue there. But the studio just lit up, and it was really, really rather gorgeous. So maybe if I'm filming one day at that time, I can pan the camera around for you to see. I only have white lights. I'm a bit of a snob about lights. I like coloured lights. I love when other people have coloured lights. I just only like coloured white lights at my house. I think there's a few people like that, but I don't think people who don't have white, I don't think any less of people who don't have white lights. I love all lights. I just personally prefer white lights, But in summer, I do like the colour. You know, sometimes you get pink and stuff like that in summer. But at Christmas, I am a white light person. So Jay's house, Street, they've all got really friendly since all these lockdowns. They had a street party, a socially distant street party and all that. And they've all, you know, come together. And they are actually having I'm just going to see if there's any water in the kettle. Yes, they are actually having a switching on of the lights ceremony this Saturday, I think. So I am going to go now with mushy peas. I think I'm going to do mushy peas and dirty martini. And then I'm also going to do pink. I think I'm going to do rose quartz. No, I'm going to do vanilla custard and cherry pie. I'm going to put some of these combinations in, but these I'm going to do with a baby wipe. Okay, so I'm going to take a baby wipe. So isn't that nice? It's going to be like the official lights ceremony. They are all going to switch the lights on at a certain time. So she's had lights fixed above the gutter, like icicle lights. And I think she bought the wrong size because the electrician put them up yesterday and they went right across the front of a house, right down the side of a house and right across the back, which was hilarious because she thought they'd just, you know, tootle across the front of her windows. So that'll be fun. So Betsy was really excited because not only do they go across Otis's window at the front, but they go across her window at the back as well. And I think Ben might be turning his garden into a bit of a grotto because they go out a lot at Christmas. They go to see all the different gardens and, you know, different lights and things like that. And of course this year we can't. We're I don't know, wherever you are in the world, we are very, very in lockdown. They have lessened it a little bit for over Christmas. We can mix some families. Jay's my bubble. She's my support bubble. And I see Emmy when she comes to work. And Tom was building my thing. Construction people allowed to work, so I could shout to him out the window as I was inside. I could talk to Tom. And I can see Ben when I go up to Art from the Heart, really, to drop things and do, because again, it is my work. But I can only meet the girls outside. So we go to the park. We've got a park that's called the Valley Gardens, which is lovely. So that's where I can't go to the house and I can't go to the garden, but we can meet in a park. Because I can meet Ben and his girls, or I can meet Katie and the girls, because you can only meet like with a single person and the young children don't count. So that's what I've been doing, which is rather lovely. I'm a little bit of my exercise in. Pushing the swings, that's about as much exercise as I get. Martha, faster, Mama, faster. Well, actually, she calls me Grandma. But funny old times. I'm used to it and I quite like the pace. But, you know, when I say that to people, they look at me as if I'm mad. But I'm like, you have to remember, I've spent the last 10 years on a plane. So, you know, being able to be at home, sleep in my own bed is just wonderful. I don't want to go out anywhere. I'm quite happy being in lockdown. I have been training for lockdown all of my life. I am just ready. Apart from, you know, I don't see Ben's girls as much as I would like to, but it is what it is. And it does mean that I will get to see them at Christmas. So you can't complain. Well, we could complain, but what's the point? I see these people complaining a lot. I'm like, you know, there's not a lot of point, really. That was a backwards page. Did you see that? The stenciling was already done. That's how I know this was done in a class, because I was obviously demoing stenciling. So you can stencil and then you can add a bit of your paint on later. I might leave those back pages just in case I want a different colour scheme at the end. So, oh no, I'll just use this up actually. I can't leave anything. Let's have a bit on there. So again, some of these pages are a bit backwards way round. You know, I did the writing first or the stenciling first. Oh, look at my pathetic kitchen up. Don't worry, I have a new one. I have a big one there. So let's do some with the greens. But that's how I can usually tell if it's... because I always jump around anyway, apart from when I'm doing day by day. I always jump around. So I can usually tell if I've done it in a class when there's things like stencils showing, etc. Oh, do you know what? I haven't left any pages for black. I shall go through and add some black pages. I might have to go over a couple of these pages. A bit of the green in here as well. So when it's dry, you can mix them all up. And vanilla custard is a neutral anyway. So that can be with either. So I'm almost there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to finish these painty pages. I'm going to add some black pages in, which I am going to add like this. I'm going to, in fact, I'll do one to show you, and then I'm going to do them. And then the next video you see me, I will be adding some stencils in there. Okay, so have a nose of the page. No, that's the page. I'm going to make one of these a black page, I think. So I just like this. Okay, just in a circular movement, not too much paint. Okay. I shall see you next time.